All right. Alrighty. Notice that OBS, like the last time I streamed, auto defaulted my desktop audio to monitor, which would, create an echo on my end if I had it on. Yeah, yeah, okay, good. I don't know why I did that twice, but we're here. I turned it off before it happened. Is that a Home Depot or something? No, that's actually the Sears that I used to work at. That is one of the hallways when I was putting out all those signs with the red at the top, the sale signs. That was like one of the evenings I was working there, and I was just going down all of the plumbing, putting out the sale signs, going like I have to, because you'll get, not to immediately go into a tangent, but basically when I was working at Sears, there was a little hardware store, but y'all that know Sears know that they were also frequent in malls as like a full chain that had like a electronics department, clothing, yes, tools and lawn and garden and so on. This was just hardware. Um, but they would, when you had the signage for sales, they would still print out the, like, as if you were a full on Sears with everything. So you would have to sort through like a binder, like almost like a high school or college textbook amount of paper with tags on them. So you would just sit there basically and spend your 8 hour shift just doing that. And again, I was tagging plumbing. Like, who the fuck cares that like a little bit of copper is now like 20 cents cheaper or 5 cents cheaper? But yeah, no, that was one of the images there. When Bright Sun Films was doing his bankrupt Sears video, I was digging up photos and that was one of them, and I just saved it to my computer because it seemed a little liminal, just a little bit. It seems a little, I don't know. To me, it's lively because like I went to this Sears since I was like a little kid, so terribly boring. Oh yeah, it was. But hey, while you're going to college, making minimum wage all the way up to $8 an hour, no one bad. While you're also in school and the job's pretty chill. Sears only has like a dozen locations. Most of them are just appliance showrooms. So all they are is just a shell that just has a bunch of appliances and whatnot. Maybe riding lawnmowers and appliances, water heaters, so on and so forth. Water softeners. And all you do is you go there, you see it in person, you order it, and they just ship it to the house. Um, that's all it is. That business model makes money because again, you don't have to have inventory anywhere other than the warehouse. And based on how, like I was talking about with the signage, clearly they were already wasting money on stupid shit like that anyways, being inefficient. So it is what it is. Anyways, there's a game that should be worked on, but I wanted to change the background. Oh hey, Spud's here.
Hey,
Doesn't, yeah, I forgot what streamer mode on. It doesn't say anything when people join. uh Anyways, let's pull up here. Pull up the project, pull up the game, pull up the build, pull up the oh, I gotta change something in the code actually because it's gonna keep loading the background audio, but we're not there yet for the game startup music. So let me turn that off. Also because it's literally just copyrighted music, and even though I do want to have one of the not saving the VOD, don't care we play copyrighted music streams. Since this will be the last one before I'm on vacation, I probably won't do it to this one. Game startup one. We'll Yeah, we'll turn this off for now. And I don't think I'm doing anything with the code as of now, so I will close that. Now I'll go to the build, developer, capture. It is not set to capture it. Doing Super Mario 64 Co-op Deluxe. Oh, I was recording footage for the Seesaw video. That's why. No, I'm fixing it right now. All right. You'll see it in the background though. Can I add blur to it? That'd be awesome. Is blur a filter on OBS now? No. You can sharpen, but you can't blur. You can add HDR. Doesn't do anything. I wonder what it even needs to do to detect if it's HDR or not. Nice dome lights for sale. It's really unfortunate because all that's like well over 2014, 2015. Yeah, that shit's over 10 years old now. So none of that's there. That series closed in 2017, long after I left in 2015. Uh, oh, so anyways, I guess for those in the stream, let's go to the shop app I'm making. Volume a little bit. Ugh. Can't stream it. It won't stay streamed for long, but I'll have it streamed. That's the I think because the last stream it showed was in hello Audi X01. So you were the first one here. Since the last stream I didn't even have this map out. I don't believe. Like
I don't even think it was like past dev texture.
Yeah, if it was, but now I got it. Get it? It's progressing. I'm making technology as it happens. So like I got the door I showed in the Discord, and it has a parented transparent entity, you know, or a child, or basically the parenting of the door. So that's there. I got a couch model I made a several skin types for glossy textures. Oh, I have Geo Nearest on. That's why it looks weird. Yeah. Texture Nearest. That there we go. Now we're smooth. I got that. I redid her pegboard because I didn't like how the drill looked, so I added a ball peen hammer and pliers. Ball peen would be very common in a mechanic shop over a wood hammer, so that's why that's up there. I know some people were commenting on that. They're like, "Oh, hey, her tools are like organized. That's really rare. No one does that." And I kind of just want to say, I do. I organize my tools at work all the time. Make sure they're clean and put up properly. I mean, I feel like that's just a self-report of really messy people. Or you work in a shop where everyone steals your shit, which is also common. I know that. Out back, there's just this for now.
Is this skybox from something?
It's from Counter-Strike. It's the back alleys one. So I'll have to make my own at some point. But yeah. I might move the sign to the top of this like awning. Or if I leave it here, I'll make just this a model and I'll leave this as a brush. So that way lighting can affect this like differently, because right now it's very dark and lighting can only be manipulated at the source, which is down here. So I might have to redo that. Yeah, I'll likely theme it off something like this. But more likely it'll be like the Deus Ex sky, where it actually has like a rolling cloud and much more, a little less static than this.
What, you mean like the Quake sky?
Kinda, but I'll use my own system than the Quake effect with the dome. Like I'll make my own 3D skybox thing rather than use just Quakes. Oh yeah, and I also made this build this caulk board, like whatever you call that, like it's
Cork board?
cork, corking. Get the word on corking, cork board. Yeah, you have a pegboard and then a cork board. And then I literally Googled just letter examples, found two, and then I found post-it note examples, put them down there, added shadows, added gradients, and yeah, it looks pretty convincing. This as well is an actual document that the text below is all gibberish, but it was like a fill in the blank, kind of like add your company and stuff here. So I actually did write out the shop, an address, a phone number, and a fax number. You very much can't read it, but there's actual information there. And then USA, USA.
I have one. Is that wrench is that like a weapon or is that just like an item?
That's just there. It's not actually a pickup. You can't pick this one up. That uses if you were to die with the wrench out, that is that model. Yeah, like this, all the models when you die are actually a separate mesh. That way they can lay flat, because otherwise they're parented to her hand, her right hand, so like they wouldn't sit on the ground otherwise. So to make them sit on the ground, I purposely made a separate mesh. It's a little bit expensive, but it's the best way to do it.
So wait, is it still like using the weapon piece system?
Yeah, it uses the piece system. And it even has animated weapons. Like the... Yeah, the weapons are the P weapon system that you would see in like Half-Life. Exact same thing. Because it works pretty damn well for being able to hot swap weapons models around. Yeah. I just need to make more car models at some point. But what I wanted to do is make the radio that'll be like in here. Because the idea is that for the menu, it could be, you know, inside the shop, or like basically the camera I think will be chosen at random. But it could be like outside the shop, maybe like in the lobby or something. But the point being is there'd be a radio going that'll be playing like the background music of the menu. It'd be kind of like the Ratchet and Clank 1 menu in a sense, but not at the same time. Dead. You should make a black recolor of the tool cart and put in one of the corner garages or something. You don't have to over detail it. This isn't cinematic mod. This isn't a first person shooter.
I didn't see any trees.
Exactly. Alright, so what I wanted to do though was make that, because I've been having fun making the textures so far for get the desktop going. There we go. Yeah. Well, obviously that's the idea, is that she would be working on something, and it's pre that. That's the whole idea. She wouldn't just be standing there now. But yeah, we go to GIMP. Here's the new tool card. I left the the drill there, even though again I said I wasn't very happy with it. But it is there. If you turn all this off, and yeah, I did not organize these layers very good at all. They have very horrible naming schemes. Nah, probably not. It's just a 2D texture. Don't. I'd rather it be a model. Yeah, and this is the that. That's the so I actually Googled a pegboard and then shrunk it down and made my own like sort of custom version of it by shrinking it down and layering 2 layers on top to make it look like that. Same goes for this cork board, but as you can see, one's way more jagged than the other one. So this one only exists to kind of smooth it out. So there's that. And then I can also just add more different papers, sticky notes, so on and so forth, and make a whole bunch of these. What else? There's the toolbox somewhere. Toolbox side. I've not made the back or the top yet. Then again, Valve never did, but yeah, this is the top. Oh, I don't even think that. Oh yeah, I just had it off to the side. But this is me like putting it together to see kind of how they did it. I was like, okay, way too many drawers. Not real. Real. This is fucking real. This is what it looks like. But yeah. Toolbox side. I think the side is, yeah. It's super simple. It just uses the generic painted metal from the Urban Decay modified to look how I want it. And that's kind of, I guess, how most of these textures exist. They're mostly here from just putting stuff together, pretty much. This is that. Yeah, this is another one that, uh, as much as I kind of want to experiment with staircases in the game being just flat planes with perspective stairs like N64 games did. Because, I mean, it saves on a lot of memory and it saves on a lot of brush work and texture work and clipping. And I think I have the texture source for that. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. This is a badass thing right here. Highly recommend that. They look really cool from one perspective. Yes. Yeah. See, they look really cool. I mean, standing on them kind of sucks. Because it's, yeah.
I mean, the walls kind of cover up the less convincing angles.
Yeah. I don't know, I like it. I mean, I could make it separate stairs. I always could, but... Oh. We'll see what that's like. There it goes. Fucked it up. This flag's supposed to have the stars on the left. Displayed already. It could be mirrored left to right because of how the textures applied are applied in the world. I'd have to mirror it left to right. Then again, that's not even my that's not even my flag texture. That's like the Half-Life one. I'd have to get rid of it anyways. Yeah, see? We have slopes that can do that. Why would you not?
Ugh.
Oh no, I'm taking damage.
Ugh.
why that's there.
It's really occurred to me that Doom can't do slopes, but it can do stairs.
No angles. And Duke Nukem went, let me show you how it's fucking done. And he added slopes.
Variable slopes too.
Yeah. And then Doom went, let me show you how to make another game. Then Duke Nukem went, yeah, we have those third person games. And they went, those don't count. All right. Well, so my idea was to make, I guess, models today, tonight, this evening, whatever time frame you're in. And part of that was looking up images of some Sony boom boxes and whatnot. Make them look kind of like that. Hmm. Then there's this Sony CD changer as well. I don't know. I'm really nostalgic for these because I've seen these a lot as a kid and growing up. And I like Sony music products. I think they do good stuff like this, especially back in the day before everything, became horrible and bad and crap. Cat, what are you doing? Also, there's this we may need to take a look at. Is like, for instance, if I were to save this documents, project, model sort, yeah, we'll make it a model. It don't need to be a brush. Props. I decided to all these props have to move into the props folder. Call it an AVIF. Fucking funky ass format. Open it. X box model. Animated texture of the speakers growing bigger. Doesn't need to. Yeah, this texture, or I mean, this tool is awesome. You could do this. A thing that usually takes quite a few steps in GIMP. You just do that. There it is. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Texture. See if I can find a better reference of this boombox. I haven't made a lot of textures that way. I know as far as the vending machine with the coin mechanism that I took at work, that was one of them. There's been a couple other cases, but I actually haven't done a lot of photo scan textures, just because they still don't ever look as good as a drawn one. But I do want to photo scan a texture mainly for getting sort of where buttons and things go. Because what is this? 510. So let's do that. Sony CFD-510. Squished. That's what everything used to be thinner back then. I'll tell you right now. I don't like there's a reason why everything used to be 4x3. It's because things were less fat. Everything's fat. That's actually a pretty good perspective. It's kind of near flat, but not. This one's actually even better.
Kind of a problem too is the lighting. Trying to get in good
Yeah.
lighting conditions.
Well, the main thing I need to get is I don't want too much of an angle on something, so that way, if I go to make like a button or something, it's about where it should be. Because at the end of the day, I'll probably make a custom texture, maybe besides the speaker grills. So we could save that. Hey, look, a JPEG, a normal fucking format. That was also back in the day, you know. Whoa, that's interesting. Back in the day, you know, formats were normal
Yeah, like JPEG 2000.
at JPEG. Oh, hey, this is a good perspective. And the lighting is from up top. It's not too bad. It has the back of it, something that's not usually there. So that's a reference. As an antenor. Has the handle up, so I'll save that too. Try to get some good actually I'll do this to get yeah, I'll do this to get a hold of the speakers as well. There we go. Serial number. Ain't need no stinking serial numbers. Goes from up top. Realizing that we're gonna need up top. At least mostly. Okay. So I'd say that's enough of that. As far as these go, I might keep it in mind for the mechanism, just in case if I need to shrink down, because I do like the square buttons. But that's pretty cool. Also, well, my main thing is I like the blue vacuum fluorescent. Peak design. Well, they're actually going into sound amplitude and modulation. All right. So with that done, let's grab a reference. Wait, what happened to the perfect front shot I had? Where did that go? No. So off with the perspective. Did it not save the did it not save the image at all? The directory. Doing that thing where it's disappointing me. Fuck are you? Yeah. Quality. Okay, it's that one. There you go. That's pretty good, except for whoever the man is. How many polygons are considered good performance wise within the engine you're using? Let's say for characters and props. Uh, is it limited somehow? Not really. I mean, there is technically maximum vertices, but you can always split it up into separate source like source references or like SMDs if it was like, how Half-Life or how Valve does their formats. In reality, the maximum amount of vertices is how many can the entire engine just render like all together, which it doesn't really have a limit. It'll just eventually slow to a crawl. Yeah. Uh, Year of the Dragon has way higher poly models and it runs just fine. So, like this so he's got 4,000 polys. Works just fine. No issue. These 1700 uh 2000. It just error 2000. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It'll render it. It may take longer to show up and it may be more again it's less of what it can do, it's more what it can practically do, which I would say Year of the Dragon fidelity wise is about as far as you would really want to push it. Uh because this doesn't have the most efficient model rendering schemes or generally graphics rendering schemes. It uses older OpenGL and whatnot. So I wouldn't just use it as is.
Wait, was that error model 2000 polys?
Yeah, the air model was. Whereas I think with these, oop, Cam 800, so substantially less than Spyro. And 800 is also because I think the drawn polys. So I think it changes with the close. Oh wait, this is an older model. Let's get the actual player model. Yeah, gray. Oh yeah, there we go. 7, 7. So she's actually her highest poly count is her default. She's more efficient with the footballer, soccer player. That's better. Hell, that's actually higher poly than. Oh, that one's higher poly. Yeah. So if you want to run your game just that much better, uh, she needs to be in the soccer outfit, if not in the shorts outfit. Fox. What Picto said. Let's see what these guys. 1,000. Granted, I think because he has the shield. No, that increases. He's actually fairly high poly. The bunny, 400. Very efficient. I haven't even converted him over to the more format. 1,000. Granted, has a whole gun. Hamster, 5. Higher poly than the rabbit. And then a hamster. Panther, 8. Efficient. That's what it should be. Wolf, 8. So really, I'm breaking the rule. I'm breaking a little bit of the rules with the antelope and the fox. Uh, Vehicles. But the forklift, 7. Forklift is more efficient than cam. Take that as what you will. Yeah, even with the wheels, it would go over. That's what I use for reference. Taxi. That is not the right taxi.
Whoa.
It was this one. 9? 9? A little inefficient. Then again, I can't say this model is probably the best put together because I used brushes to build it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably make it better. I do want to redo the vehicles, and I will at some point. 8. That one's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Okay. Dumpster. The current dumpster. 54. See, that's...
Yeah.
How much is her sign? 300. See, this is where we're getting efficient. 200. And actually, some of that's a waste because I duplicated the faces on the inside. If I could modify the renderer for the models, I could make these double-sided rendering, so I wouldn't even need to do that. Now, granted, the reason why I didn't do that is because when you think about it, if you were to in rendering polygons, if you set a texture like in code to double-sided render, it will just make duplicate planes on the opposite side, so it's not really avoiding anything. You just end up in the same boat, pretty much. Interesting. And this one, pretty good. Separate little things.
Whoa.
Payphone. Good. We're gonna look at all of these now. This is what you did. Not efficient. Too many polys. There we go. 34. Go to machine. This one takes up not as much as you would think. It is a big box. Now, granted, it does have a broken variant. Yeah. Basically, if you want an efficient game, do not break any of the vending machines.
Yeah.
You do that, and it just all goes to shit.
Your actions have consequences.
You being a rogue villain cost you polygons. That's what the judge said in the court case. He said, cursive knife tool. Yeah, I did use the knife tool on that to cut it. How'd you know? Blue box. Anyways, we're back to this. Back to your men. Now back to me. Now back at your men. Back at me. Save this as front. Wow, that's a lot of saves. I think it's all those downloads of me saving the boom boxes. Let's make one now of this. I think I'll be perfect because we will be. This isn't going to just go in as is. We are going to make changes and modifications and essentially build a texture from this. As left, this side. Here. What else? What else do I need to grab? Do this. Let's grab this top texture. That'll show them. That's the power right there. Top. Right. Then we can also do more time. Perspective is still going to be a little wonky. But top. Hold up. Oop, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got milk and cookies. Also, why is there 16 of y'all here? Where'd y'all come from? Why aren't y'all talking? It's very rude to not introduce yourself formally when you join a stream. Okay. Gibson, I am 47. You were so close to the funny meme number, and you missed it. That's okay. That's okay. Can't hit them all. 6. Hello, Poland here. Do 9. What we need to do next, we go over to the dev map source. Let's load it up in Jack. Nope, no, it's back down to 11. There's one left. Right where it should be. All right. Put a boom box on this bad book. Like we got ourselves on that. Oh yeah, the lean boombox. No, no, they all left. If most people watching this that watch the streamer like me, I watch the stream for like 3 seconds, and if they don't say fuck, shit, cock, or fart, I leave. If I wanted to go to a retirement home, I would go there. 16 by 36 seems like a good scale for a boombox. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Taller. 20. Yeah, there we go. That cuts it into equal thirds. Looking at the real thing, that's not true at all. This is way bigger than those. More like that, and it would be shorter. Select everything. Okay, there we go. If anything, I could always do the here and then have the speakers actually isolated from it like that. Or you could always have it like up on a toolbox or something. Uh, Next thing, let's make a handle. That way the desk is clear. What do you know, man? Who uses the desk? Also, yeah, I probably put it on top of the toolbox.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I gave her that extra wide toolbox. She's a real mechanic, not one of them fake mechanics. Forgot to move that over. Shut up. Did anyone ever ask in the chat and Spud, did y'all know Blue's Clues, right? You know, with Steve Burns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know how like after he retired and eventually he made a couple cameo appearances with the series after he left. You know, like did y'all hear that thing about him making his own like podcast or whatnot? A while back.
No.
No. Oh. I heard something about it, but I just realized I've never heard anything since he announced it. I don't know if he even did it. Did he even like do one? Warthog 117. After he went, I did the mental health stuff on TikTok and not much else. Yeah, he's doing it. I think I've been wanting to see what it's. Yeah, I've just never actually sat down. It just came to my mind with me like doing it. I was like, because obviously as a kid saw him, but I never actually like watched that supposed stream or podcast or whatever he was going to do. I just never actually saw it. It's kind of like, oh, I kind of want to see it at some point.
Admittedly, I don't really follow the guy, so I didn't even know it existed.
I mean, uh, yeah. I mean, as a kid, I never really followed. Like, you never really knew about. You only like. I only know about him in retrospect. In that, oh, he was Blue. Steve off of Blue's Clues. He exists mostly for what he did on TV. Will be the Ariel, which honestly, whoa,
What?
is it right clicking? Do that. Oh, Blue then only clues. All right, we'll leave it like that. I got to bring that back over because it did that funny thing where it just didn't duplicate the brush like it was supposed to. This we can actually chop here, here, handle.
So what? Like Steve discovers the wonders of self-sufficiency.
I don't remember a lot of Blue's Clues, but the one scene I remember was, I think, from a movie or a special where Steve finally finds a clue on his own, like it's been his dream or something. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember that at all, but I do remember, like, I remember that being a theme of the episode was Steve find not. Well, wait a minute. There's got to be more context to that because he does find the clues. Oh, you mean without like the audience, like the kids being like, "Steve, look, dumbass." What I really like about it is that like Miyamoto saw Blue's Clues and he saw him like hop into the painting and he went, "Oh," and then Mario 64 happened.
Yeah,
So
Mario's famous catchphrase "Blues could do, but we can too."
he was gonna leave that in, but he cut it out because he realized it took too long for him to say every time he hopped in. He did Salonga Bowser instead. He was like, that's shorter, it's easier to do. All right. Oh, that looks like a prop. Give it. Oh, let's go do we can do. Steve. Ah, ah.
Well, like have it replace the jingle when like the Star selection comes up.
Yeah. Good. I do know also, at least with Steve Burns, that they did ask him like about that Meat Canyon video. They're like, did you ever like see that? And he did have like nom flashbacks like in his eyes when they brought that up. He was very much not comfortable talking about that. Changed him. We'll have to make that different. Let's make it this. This can all be the same texture because as far as UVing goes, this will be easy to back. The bottom, top is good. Now the aerial, which we can again. This is only arbitrary. It's not going to stay there to make it easier in Blender. All right. Oh no, he's seen it. Yeah, I made that up. I did make that up. He has in fact not seen it. All right.
Fool me once.
Oh, dare you! Fox game. I can get rid of that. I ended up making my own. Well, actually, I didn't even make it a brush. The tables I need to do. Share TV. Add that to the mix. Rotate it. Right orientation. Grit as well. There we go. Good. Here for now. That and close it. Oh yeah, so if I get rid of the couch, I have the table based on how it looked in that Counter-Strike map. With like a glass top and then a metal frame. I have a regular table, which is just, table, square, rectangle. Chair you've seen, and the TV, which I think I have the inside set up. Yeah. I'll have to make this
Hello.
at some point as well. Oh, we got Brian.
Yes, I'm here.
Here. I expect every fucking person watching this stream to say hi. Every single one.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. That's 2. Okay, that's 3. I need 15 more. Or 14 more. Okay. 2 more. We're at high. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't bring the view count. Don't bring the concurrent count down because you don't want to say hi. Don't be afraid. Why are you running? Oh, there we go. See? There they are. See? That's what happens. I guess if you want to really get people to say hi, you just got to say you'll give them like V-Bucks or something. I am prepared to give you. Oh yeah, I tried to make a model swinging door, and it actually was horrible and sucked. So I'm not doing that. Not
Oh,
that it can't
okay.
work, but it's just really not. It's just really not gonna work. For one, the lighting origin is the pivot point, so that means it's always dark. So I'd have to manually light it, and then even though NPCs see through it, so they don't immediately see the door and think, "Oh, I got to go around it." They also just run into it because they don't regard it. Yeah, and then also it can just randomly get stuck on the player. I tried to fix it, didn't really work. I don't know. That's the thing with hitbox collision in Zash, Quake, and all that. It's really not good. It's really half
Yeah.
made. Donate the laughing disco in the chat for free. Yeah. All right. Anyways, boombox.
Is there any way you could make entities like not do that lighting thing where you have to manually light it? You could just
Uh
like react to the environmental light instead.
well, it's more so where they're grabbing it from is their main origin point. I guess
Mhm.
you could make an entity that it'll pull its lighting origin from, but that turns into making the map compiler know what that entity is. Like Source has that, and I think like ZHLT has that. Uh I mean, you could, I guess, set it up to only work in the engine. It just starts, I don't know, it just starts turning into more and more of a fucking issue when in reality the brush ones work fine.
Hmm.
They work fine. They do the job. I'll just leave them be.
All right.
Maybe I'll make the table. Maybe we'll do the table next, or the TV. Blender. That the most recent version of Blender. Here it is. Did you see it? There it was. I want to keep a vertex order so that way it doesn't do that. All right.
I was just got done playing through the Palace Jam for the Quake 2 remaster.
Okay, never mind. We can't do it that way.
Uh,
Hang on. Forget what I said. Oh no! Do that. Oh no. Okay, we're back. We're good. All y'all that were panicking, calm down. Do that.
what did you say, Palace Jam?
Yeah.
I haven't
Look at that.
heard of it.
It's all just Palace theme with a couple bosses thrown in a few of the levels with Mac runs. And
Doubles.
then the final battle is horrifying, but I got through it.
Wait, is this Quake 1 or 2?
Quake 2.
All right.
They're sharp. Auto smooth.
I remember playing one of the jams like a couple of years ago, and I just have this memory of like running through really massive hallways and just the level was massive and took forever to play.
Yeah.
And it had like several of the I forgot what it's called, the Black Widow boss had like several of those in that. And I remember one of them was just in like this huge throne room, I guess. I don't remember what jam that was a part of though.
I was playing through Brewless Jam 3 a while ago.
How was that? I haven't played that one yet.
That one has a lot. I don't.
I saw they had like custom weapons and stuff.
Yeah, they have like a pistol you can reload. You got the shotgun that like ricochets pellets around.
That's pretty cool.
Levels in that can be pretty big too.
I do not want Robux. I will take Nintendo eShop gift cards. Isn't that like gone now? Isn't it just Nintendo store? Or isn't it just Nintendo now? Like, isn't it just all just called Nintendo? You get on the Nintendo. Thank you, props for the mechanic shop. Yes, but I mean the boombox could probably be used outside of the mechanic shop too. But
There's no such thing as Nintendo.
they do not exist. Also, I just got done.
You remember that image?
No, I forgot everything.
Oh, which one?
I need to get the I need to get the.
It was
going.
this one.
I need to get the clap going.
Oh yeah. The freaking paragraphs removed.
That was for me getting the boombox this far already.
So please never use it. We thank you.
Just so people know the context. There's no such thing as Nintendo. There's no entertainment system. There's no game software. There's no magazine, but there's no such thing as Nintendo. You see, Nintendo is not a product, so please never use it. We thank you, Mario. Thanks. I like that. We thank you, Mario. Thanks you. I like that. That's like that one. That still always reminds me of that one with the interview with the I forgot the live action actor that played Shaggy. It just goes, I actually don't remember anything. just blanks the rest of the sentence out. Oh man. Oh man, oh man.
Wait, did I get the fat beetle image from here? Or was that from somewhere else?
I'm not sure.
I'm a little lost with Fat Beetle.
What was this one?
1965, a reporter called John the Fat Beetle. He ate him after. Hang on again. We need the context. It's too good to not have. I just love how they blanked it a lot and added just him. He ate him afterward. Animated audio visualizer thing. Texture radio will look cool. Why do you always want like animated things and all that? Like that's stop making demands. Just sit there. Eat your graham crackers. Your peas.
Eat your peas.
But I just want to touch your big.
Eat your peas.
Eat your peas. You know what's really unfortunate is we've reached that point where 2012 era Game Grumps it's been long enough ago where there are people that just you can reference it and have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, there you go. That's the power of Boombox.
As someone who's never really watched Game Grumps, you can reference it and I still don't know what you're talking about.
Are they hard to make work in Quake? No, because I'm not using the Quake model format. Because Quake model format sucks.
Imagine having your palette embedded into the model.
Imagine having just one texture for the whole model, and it's limited to a palette embedded in the engine. Or in a palette.pal file. And then it's also vertex animated. And it can only have so many polygons. And it can only
and the vertex compression makes everything jiggle.
Jiggle, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a really bad format. It worked for what it was, but by God. There was room for improvement.
Well, they did improve it. They did improve it with like MD3.
Yeah.
True. But MD3 is still a pain to work with for its own reasons. It's got like tags and stuff.
Yeah. I don't even know if my MD3 exporter, the one that I currently have, even has like the tag stuff.
That is a boombox right there.
I think MD5 is definitely the better of the bunch because they wound up using it for the Quake 1 and 2 remaster models.
Also, yes, MD3 was Vertex. The Quake 3 models are all like, they are Vertex animated, and they were split into 3 different sections.
Oh yeah, an upper, mid, and lower. For
Yep.
head.
Yeah, a head, an upper, and lower.
Yeah, they never figured out bone matrices until I forgot when they did MD5. No, by Doom
Yeah,
3
it was
had
MD5.
did Doom 3 was still Vertex or was that bone?
No, it was Bones.
There's Bone at that point, yeah.
That was MD5 though, or was that
Yeah, MD5.
okay? Just an earlier MD5.
They might have
I know
been
they.
kept using MD3 because it had like the Vertex weights that you could
Oh,
make into it.
yeah. All right, well, like a stereo.
Moving in stereo.
We're using separate textures for each face, packing them into one map. I mean, this isn't actually like the final thing. I'm just doing this as a test. When you make textures, you do things like this, and then you eventually figure out how you want it to look. Eventually, this same thing. Over. Let's see. There. This time we can rotate. The only thing missing pretty much is a back texture. Like completely from scratch, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'll have a good reference for that. That is fine. Yes, we can just make. Oh, we can just make it something. Just that way. All right. So yeah, I think this can work. So yeah, when I make textures or when I make models, I typically separate all the textures as I make it, and then at the end, I will then put it all together if I can into one map, like I did with the couch. Like this is the older version when I was experimenting. This is when I figured it all out. Sometimes I do leave them separated. I mean, I don't have to leave them separated anymore because I'm using PNGs, which don't have to be indexed. I mean, the only reason why I would like to merge them obviously is texture memory, because the less it has to load into memory, the better. But at the same time, there is an efficiency where if I make one big sheet, let's say the sheet has everything combined together and it's 512 by 512, well, that doesn't really matter if it's 4 separate sheets that are like, 32 by 32 with some space. Like it, there is a give and take where if you can make it efficient and one map, then sure, like this. But if it's going to end up being a huge image anyways, then you kind of didn't do anything. You might as
Doesn't
well
have
just keep
multiple images require more draw calls though.
Nah, not necessarily, because if it has to draw from, I mean, it won't have to pull from a texture pool Like it's only going to pull from the texture pool once, anyways, even if it's a bunch of separate textures. Like it'll still just have to pull the texture and do it. It might be still slightly more inefficient for them to be separate, but it won't matter. You're with modern computing, that is a non-issue. It just does it. Welcome to the future. We've been here for a while.
Yep.
It's not really a future at that point, is it?
Okay. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him the hell out of here. Don't give him his jacket. Leave him out in the cold. Meanwhile, Doug Walker's just sitting there going, rubber non-slip. That'd be a great texture. Oh, hey, look at that. It looks like that's a good base for the boombox. So what we're gonna do is just know when I'm not in a stream, this happens a lot more efficiently. I don't have to like constantly look over at 3 screens and talk.
I don't think I would be any more efficient off stream than on stream.
I think once I get into a zone, I'm pretty good. But I will say, scale that down. Look at we could try to get away with 60. That's not 64. Leave it at 28. Yeah. All right. This ain't no cool cat. Yo. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whoa. What happened there? This was indexed? Not anymore. I need to do. That's first and foremost. Let's. Ah! Make the side texture. Make this texture. That'll be pretty much on the sides and bottoms of the whole boom box. Probably take a 64 by 64 section, so we can make this now 60. That's the wrong number. Resize. Then we can do this on top. It's white. Do here pretty much make the divot that goes between the two. Now we can do this. All right. Then the spacing, if I were to take this texture, that down to 60. Let's do this. Pro transform. Or no, we can do it to the bottom. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. If that's the case, we can then gray. Then lighter gray. Nah, I do want to rotate this. It'll be easier. Top. Top. Sides. Back. Then if we put this overlay, creating divots. Darken. Change the color temp. Make it a little bit cool. Now we can really start messing with it.
A good video. Let everything go silent. What happened?
Died.
Oh.
So yeah, you're playing gay GTA guitar, bro.
Hey,
It's a
you're
good
just
one.
Never
mad
be able
because
to
I'll
match
be
his
able to do
skills.
something with my fucking guitar in hands that you'll never be able to achieve in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Okay. I never really had the. I got an Xbox 360 really late because I was mainly PlayStation and Nintendo, but I think living in the era of peak game, you know, the fucking arcade and the gamer tags and the fucking messages back and forth on there is something I wish I could have been part of.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I never like bought gold. because even back then I thought it was just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I had gotten a PS3 sometimes.
I'm glad I ended up with a Wii.
I had a N64 when I was really little, which was my dad's girlfriend's, and that disappeared when they broke up. But it was really fun to play on that. And my uncle had let me borrow his 360 for a little bit.
Yeah.
I have an N64 now, but it's not from my childhood. I got it back in, like, I don't know, 2016. Before that, my actual childhood, I had like a Game Boy Color and an NES.
Nice.
As a kid, I had, like, when I was really little, my dad had an NES and a Super Nintendo. The NES was already having problems because it was the front loader. So I knew of it, but we never really messed with it until years later when I was like in middle school. We could like actually take it apart and put like a new front loader in it, like I did it with my brother. Uh, the SNES also started having problems, so I only really experienced it at my grandmother's house because my uncle left his there when he moved out. Uh, and that's how I experienced like Mario World and Super Metroid and all that. Donkey Kong Country.
I have a distant memory of like going to my uncle's place. He used to go boating, and I remember being shown like Super Mario World for the first time. I was blown away by the graphics, even though the 64 was out by this point.
Yeah, even I will say the N64 was crazy because see, I remember that, and then my brother for one of his birthdays got an N64, and seeing like 3D Mario was like legitimately like just whoa.
I don't
Like
even think I knew that N64 even existed as a kid outside of that Mario Milk advert.
I remember my sister let me play her Game Boy a lot, and Yoshi's Island was like my favorite freaking game. I love that so much.
my main thing with the memory of it is still sort of it's hard to put it because it's like obviously I was too little to be like blown away by the like the graphics in the sense that it's like so good looking. That happened later with the GameCube, but with the N64, I guess it was just because it was so like, whoa, wait, we have games that are like 3D and you have like these worlds that you can like. Because I saw like Rayman 2 and that, and then when the GameCube came out, we didn't get a GameCube until a couple years after it was out. But like my friend had one down the street, and seeing like Mario Sunshine and Melee, I was like, holy crap! Like this is it. Like this graphics can look good. Like they can look genuinely better. Also, how old are you, anyways? 31. 31.
I'm turning 31. I weirdly associate the GameCube with like having really good looking graphics for some reason.
It looked
Even though I
good.
grew up with a PlayStation 2.
I had we mainly had the PS2. Like we had the GameCube, but we got it later. The the PS2 was our primary like console. At least that first couple years. So seeing like Jack and Daxter, and my thing is again, I may have mentioned it on I don't know if I ever mentioned on a stream, but I know I mentioned a call, which was when we got the PS2, we got it not very long after launch. My mom picked it up, and when she brought games back, because I was so used to Nintendo and Mario and all that, she was like, "Here," because she got my brother Ratchet and Clank, and she got me Jack and Daxter, and I was genuinely like, "This isn't Mario. What the fuck is this? Like, what is this man wearing no shoes?"
I think I wanted a PlayStation 2 because like I actually play like more PC games, and I just wanted something that when there was like a console exclusive game that I wanted, I would just like have a PlayStation 2 to have.
And I will say, I just regret doing that now. Like, it very much. I will say though, graphically it was great. Like seeing the original Metal Gear on the PlayStation 1, because that was all the PlayStation 1. I think when the PS2 came out, my uncle then brought his PS1 to my grandmother's house and left it there. It's like, oh, the kids can enjoy it because I have a PS2 and it plays all the PS1 games. Who cares?
Yeah.
And seeing the original Metal Gear Solid and then seeing my uncle play Metal Gear Solid 2, I was like, again, it was one of those like, holy shit, like, damn, graphics. I just dreamed to have a PS2 when I was a kid.
Yeah. I have this like really odd and pretty inaccurate memory of me playing Revolt, but for some reason it was in the browser from my memory, even though that's not how it actually was. Like I definitely remember the like the like the little course area where you get all the stars.
Yeah. Do here. Props. Boom. Oh, prop. Bot. Five. I will assign every face here besides the front. All those could be assigned to side. I saw that. Also, howdy. I was not expecting 2.7 on Blender. Well, you are late to the party. I've never moved on. I've been using the same Blender version since I learned Blender. I've never picked up anything newer.
I only learned one because Magic taught me some basics, and I just went off from there.
Taught everyone. Taught everyone how to blend. Bowler. I remember that.
Is that like Elf Bowling, or is that something else?
Polar is a Wild Tangent game. One of those like kind of spyware, adware games that came with like compact computers or Dell, I think. I know
Well, I
it
mean,
came with
Elf Bowling, I
compact.
think was that too.
Huh?
There was like an Arkanoid game I remember having on like a
Yeah. School computers
compact
had them a lot
computer.
too. I forgot what that was called. Brick Blaster or something like that. Blockbuster.
Probably.
I know that. Like I know our school computers were mostly compacts, and they all had the Wild Tangent games because we had a bunch of Windows 98 machines, in Millennium or 2000 machines when I first went to school in like kindergarten. But we were too young to use a computer, so we really never used them. Uh, but when I was in second grade, they upgraded all the computers to Windows XP machines. Yeah, about second grade, that would have been 2002, 2003, 2000. Yeah, by 2003, they upgraded everything, and we had all new ones, and they all had the Wild Tangent games. And the joy of it was if you're ever in the computer lab doing something, or maybe uh, especially when we were in fourth grade in the math and science class, if you got done early because she had computers in there or the computer lab was right there, she would basically let you go over there if no one else was in there and go on there and basically play that Wild Tangent game because it was the only one that you could play unlimited. All the other ones had like a limited number of plays before it stopped. But not that one.
I remember my middle school had like some computers like that. They had like this like house designing program for some reason, but they did have SimCity 2000 on it,
Huh.
and there was like a technology course that had 3D Movie Maker.
All right.
Also, I looked up Blockbuster and got like a VR game.
See if I can find this chat. Wild Legend Games. Great. Out. Blaster Ball. Blaster Ball 2 Revolution. This right here. The wild coins. Yeah, this was the shit right here. If you grew up in the fucking early 2000s, you definitely played this. Yeah, 2, as if there was really a second one, or there was really a first one. There was a first one. No one played it. Yeah, don't act like this existed. No one played that. No one saw this. That fucking. Watch what I'm about to do to it. It's gone.
I definitely recognize these graphics.
Oh, I do too. Blaster Ball. Yeah, 2. Yeah, most people remember 2. I don't remember 1. Maybe that was just slightly part of that breaking period where they didn't quite have it always. All right, so far the basic texture is done. Now I just got to do the fronts, the hard textures. Okay, so the way to do that is to do. Let's do a speaker. Speakers done. Granted, those are smaller, so I don't think they need to be a 64 by 64. They could be 6. 52. 52. You guys remember Stick Arena Ballistic? I feel like I do. That sounds familiar. Diner Dash was such a good game with a very crappy art. I remember Diner Dash as well. The world used to be so innocent before it became big and scary.
Yeah. When we were still stupid.
We were all stupid. The brains didn't develop all the way. Now everything is scary. Jenny, I'm a little bit scared. There is no fucking way this is going to shrink down right. None whatsoever. We can try. Scale image. Not image. I need scale. 50. What's that going to do? Became a headlight. Became a car's headlight.
If
Make it 48 actually, so it has enough room. That's a none. That should create a rougher. Yeah. If you do the curves on this, you could probably get a pretty good looking. I do have a way to fix this though. Could leave that like that. And then I think if you delete every other row, anyone remember Tory Bash? I don't. I don't know if I've heard of that. 5%. Let's make that vertical. Save. Make this.
Yeah, I remember Torbesh. I didn't play a lot of it though.
What I could do is make a gradient. New cone. Do a new cone. Let's not. Oh, I fucking hate GAMP. Wait. All right, and then we can duplicate that off. Select none. Let's make that into white, black. Gradient. Let's do foreground to transparency. And then we can do spiral. No. I need a radial. We can also do. They're bi-radial. No. Not gonna work. All right. That's a speaker right there. That's a speaker there. That's that speaker there. See? Speaker there. This is where you got to start making things not as real, but real. I grew up in an extremely old house, which like I don't know if you were yelling or not when you typed that. I'm just going to assume you were. Which likely had lead paint, which likely explains some things.
I'm sorry. Talking about all this old stuff. Maybe look up an old game I know of called Sumatory Dreams. It made me remember just how funny it is just to look at it.
Ari Dream.
It's on Steam now, apparently.
Galactic Monkey joined my server.
What?
Oh. Galactic Monkey. You got a video of that, Spud? Of the game?
Sumatory Dreams. I could give you a Steam page.
Give me a Steam page. That way people just have the context of the... Oh, you know what? I need to pull up a game that like was like a fever dream. I have the disc still. I need to install and see if it runs. It was called Gearhead.
Yeah, the sumo game is from like, I don't know, like 2010 or something.
Footage? Oh, there is. It's physics based. Oh. Does it do like QWOP stuff with the movement or? They're stumbling like those robots are doing now. Like when they go around and dance and they fall over, they just stumble. They're doing the android thing. Okay, you know what? Is this multiplayer?
Local multiplayer, remote, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. This would be fun as
you could probably use like what's
remote
it called?
Play. You can do the remote play.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot of fun. I would actually love playing that. Yeah.
It has some pretty good destruction physics too.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a big fan. They pull up Gearheads.
Do you ever play Stair Dismount? Or Truck Dismount?
No, I haven't played them. I heard of them. Yeah, Gearheads. This is a game I grew up with that was like a fever dream. Like you kind of just forget it was a thing. But essentially, you and a bot or another player essentially had like a timer. You had different like items that could be sent across the floor, and I don't know exactly what you were doing with them getting across because I was very young when I played this. Like I think there was some you were trying to, because like they will like some of the gearheads you send out will fight each other in the area, but the main thing is you want them to get to the other player's side. I guess if they make it over there, you get a point, and if you get enough points, they lose. I think that's all it was, but this also had like a mini game with it that was just so bizarre. I need to get this running on a computer just to relive it.
Yeah, Star Dismount and Truck Dismount were like made by the guys who eventually make Turbo Dismount, which is kind of funny because Star and Truck Dismount were meant to be like tech demo games, and by Turbo Dismount they just use Unity.
Good old, good old Unity. This will be the bevel. So what I need to do now is switch the back, set that to black, make sure that's white, and then we're gonna do and this should smaller. There we go.
I remember getting like I was like way too entertained by ragdolls as a kid. I remember I preferred Half-Life Source over Half-Life 1 just because it had ragdolls in it.
No. Oh yeah, no. Me and my cousin would always just play Half-Life Source because you could run around and kill the scientists with the crossbow and watch them get like impaled. No, it was a real thing just to enjoy that. There we go. Okay. Now I know what y'all are thinking. Magic, you're fucking insane. You're a fucking freak. What are you doing? Don't worry about it. You don't know the power I hold.
I might remember Frog Frenzy. A school computer. I think one of them also had Lego Island on it.
Put that in the All right. Now we can scale that back to the size of. No! Image. Do overlay. Actually, if anything, we can do. That's down. Yeah. That's fine. Eight. That. That. This. This over to there. That. Done. And then what you do is you just grab this. There. That's fine. Search down. Nope. Nope. There we go. Done. Actually, was it capturing? Yeah, it was. Okay. down. And I need to. There we go. Put that back. Relay. Right now, if I were to save that, export it as a bot.png. What are people saying in the chat? Any frog friends?
Reminiscing more.
I can remember a disc. That sounds like a disc. Okay, good. See, they're all see. I don't even have to do anything. They just create their own fun.
I guess on the subject of reminiscing, I really miss the those Nickelodeon Flash games on the site way back when.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think. I just remember the one where you had like the comedian, you like got to throw things at him.
Yeah, I remember that one.
There was like another one with like a kid in the lake. You would just like.
There's one where you're in like a public bathroom and all sorts of stuff in there you could mess with, and it's just really gross out humor.
All right. So see here, this is still too wide. I'll have to make some adjustments.
They still have brain pop in school.
Brain pop?
Is that still a thing? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it was up until maybe the past couple of years, but I know it was for a while. Someone else has joined. His name is His name is literally just It's covered up by streamer mode. I don't know what his actual
Muddy.
name is.
Their name's Muddy.
Well, is that also their name, Muddy? The one with
That's
the
their nickname. Monojetronic.
Well, you're just on my end, so you are in the stream. You're A lot of people wish they could be so be happy. Drink that down to 48. Normal. Paste. Oh. Hate GIMP. Hate GIMP a lot. I won't delete it. I want. Now what I need to do is I need to shrink tone down. So let's scale that to 40. Actually, let's bring that back. No. Percent. Now we need to scale it down. So let's scale it down to 44. Let's do. I might need to go smaller. Scale it down to 38. Better. Crop to content. Scale. Oh. There we go. Now they're actually like round. That's good. See, we're getting there. Y'all were really worried the other guy joined. I've been here for a while. Yeah, I'm about to say Muddy's been in there for a while. Yeah. That was fucking wonderful. Here's a trick that you can't perform at home.
What about work?
Yeah, you can do it at work. It's the company's fault if you die. Will it be playing music at the shop? Yeah. So the idea is that for the menu, this boombox will be playing music that you'll literally be hearing like in the menu, and it'll be echoey and whatnot. Here, I can play like a glimpse of it. It says copyrighted music though as of now, but the idea was not like, oh god, computer died. Play it again. There are like two examples. Yeah, like that. Like the Ratchet and Clank title screen. Pretty much. Just a little bit more detailed.
But it takes place in the 90s.
Yeah, it takes place in the 90s. I don't know why people still haven't gotten that. It takes place in the 90s, early to mid 90s. And then they suggest things that aren't there. 90s.
Like the year you were born?
90s. I was like already 55 when the 90s happened. I remember I'm like it was 35 years ago. Not new metal. And the sequel that takes place in the 2000s. We're listening to Limp Bizkit. I feel like there's a faster way to do this, but I really don't know of
There is the one of the patterns for the fill tool, but you don't have a lot of control over it though.
Yeah, I'll just do it manually. Oh no, it's not doing what I wanted at all. Yeah, that is not. I think I might need to do it every third. That other there, I do it there, and I do it there. Arbitrary cuts. Then I can take the dodge burn tool, put it there, turn off hard edge, set to burn, highlights. That'll have to be something like that. I think that'll be the best way to do it. And you're limited on the pixels. Too bad. Yeah, eventually there'll be a soundtrack. Eventually there'll be music. It'll happen. It's not yet. Not yeet. Fuck, hang on my phone. Checking me phone. Timus the Fox says, keep up the great work. I don't know, they're in the call or the stream, but thank you. Here, white and Roman. Yeah. Better yet. And then funny thing where it doesn't want to shrink down. Oh, stop! Leave me alone. Tortured. Scale. Content. Scale layer. 6. A little bit more. There we go. Yeah. That in there, and that's real. MIP mapping. Dude, pull out your. I did like that one. That I forgot where that I've lost that image, but it was basically like with most games and maybe movies that don't have like copyrighted placement. They always go, it's great because it's like a post-apocalyptic world or like a post-hellscape world where everything is like almost familiar brands, but because of copyright they can't be. So it's like it just creates like this false world thing. I think it's a really beautiful creation of ours by doing that. All right, now to do the front. Now that'll be interesting because that is going to take considerably more, especially with making the fucking buttons round. That out front. Oh, I should. You're right. There should be little tweeters up in the corner. Who did that?
Oh, fuck.
Did
I didn't know my
that?
mic was on.
God damn it, stream's ruined. Going to bed.
We triggered the content ID.
It's all over. It's gonna kill us. You don't understand. They're gonna kill us. Yeah, I should make a little tweeter up at the top. Which is great, because I could just do this. Duplicate that. Not merge down. Duplicate. There you go. Duplicate that. Merge those down. And then shrink that to 4 by 24. 16 by 16. A little bit smaller. 12. Not the whole fucking. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, we can do this so it's a little bit more funny. We can do 15 by 12. If I do that one more time, I'm ending the stream. Same. Magic, I just want you to know that I am taking psychic damage from this. Okay. I selected it. Remember that Ross Scott video where he talks about the perfect UI and it needs to just do impossible things like assume what you need to click on and not, which is like really difficult to actually do, but it needs to do it because fuck. Yeah. Do this. Off. That. Set that to 3. Shadow. Okay. Do that to this as well. Oh. That's okay, problem. Look at the tool. Look at the tool toggle on the left. Moves active layer. Oh, so it doesn't matter if I select what's on top. It always just does what's active.
Yeah.
All right. Muddy, send Fawns $5. Nope. Nope. Too late. It's already happening. Yeah. There's already $5 on its way. Oh no. This is just like in the mail. Like the bill's not even in an envelope. It just has your name written on it. Yeah, it probably won't make it to you.
Yeah. Not even your username either.
Yeah, it probably won't make it to you. It's okay. Yeah, this is the problem with the tweeter, though. I'll have to make a separate version where it's on the other side. Because, yeah. Fuck. Unless I do something unless I make the text mirrorable left to right. Yeah, I mean, I could. I don't know what I'm gonna do there.
Did you put the tweeters the wrong way?
No, it's that you can't mirror. You have to mirror the texture for the tweeter to matter, unless I also put it in the
Well,
center.
well, I mean that, but do the tweeters have to be on the inside, or is that not the?
It doesn't seem like it. They put it on the outside.
Oh yeah, they did.
Hell, I could have them base scoops at the bottom. Yeah. Oops. I'll have to make a left to right one. When I make an actual sheet, I'll just make a mirrored version. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I'll be okay. Okay. I am a doctor. Now what I need to do, path tool, path. Here, down to here. This. Rounded. Strict editing to polygons. I forgot what that does. To be honest.
Wait, what?
Polygonal. I forgot what that does with the path tool.
Is that the thing where you could like do a line at a time?
Think? I don't know. I said I just totally forgot. Brain forgot to remember.
Brain remembered to forget.
I think we thoughts that we thought we think we think we thoughts. I think.
I'm not gonna fall for it.
Have you seen that clip of who's the voice actor for Patrick? I forgot his name.
Shit, I don't know.
I forgot his name. Basically, there's a clip of that voice actor and Tom Kenny in the booth. Bill. I know it's okay. It is Bill. I forgot the Bill F. I forgot the last name, but yeah, it was Bill and Tom in the booth doing that episode where Squidward goes back in time and he goes to he goes to the past.
Season 1.
Yeah, from season 1. Not the UG episode, but that one where he goes back, and it literally is just both of them in the booth together, just doing like the and they're basically both just spazzing out in a booth recording it. It's really good. Like they're like beating their chests and like screeching like fucking banshees. I love it a lot. Oh man. That is like a clip of time of all time. All right. Scoop. No scooping. What? No money. Oh, there we go. Select that off. Back to the gradient tool. That. Whoa. Fuck happened? Oh, dissolve. Oh. Oh. Totally forget about that being a thing. I'll only edit the transparent.
Chat's talking about voice actors they met.
Ooh.
I remember I met George Lowe at a convention.
Oh. George
And
Lowe.
he was selling animation cells of Space Ghost. Yeah, I didn't have any like physical money on me at the time, and I would have bought one.
It'd be nice to meet George Lowe. Cool. Space Ghost.
Well, he's dead now. He wasn't when I saw him.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Did you kill him?
No,
That's what I was. Did you kill him? He was alive when I saw him, and now he's dead. What did you do? What did you do?
is that Space Ghost reference or what is that?
I'm literally just saying that.
Oh,
48 times 2. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. You got 8, 9, 96. Good job, class. Wait, is this from 24, 48? Pull up the calculator. 48 plus 24, which is 72. That means I got to put this new one at 72. Oh, I'm still saving over the front. Gabooga booga. Stupid dog. It made me fat.
What?
What?
I was just doing the thing at the end of the intro.
Oh yeah. What?
What is that?
I don't know. Never understood that. Never knew what it was. What? Maybe someone in our lovely audience knows what the fuck that was. We all know. What the hell was that?
Did we get the full Courage soundtrack?
Oh, maybe. Different. Oh, there we go. Duplicate. Actually, I'm gonna have to put it. Peter. That way. Fantastic. Now if we reload it, it'll be squished. Now we got a lot of speakers.
Double decker.
There we go. Okay. Now we're still fucked up.
What happened?
Oh no. I'm just an idiot. There we go. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. I made a mistake. I got a little too carried away there, and I just kept putting it on the right side of the texture. There you go. See? That looks pretty good. Now you just gotta do the front. You'll be sued by Tommy. I don't think I will because that's very much an in 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 right back.
You said double decker. Wasn't that Magic's band name way back when?
Possibly. Oh, now I get
Yeah.
it. The Decker Duo.
Uh-oh. Rate is 0. Stream
Huh?
stop.
I see your mouse moving.
You talking about Magic? What?
It says the bitrate is 0.
Oh,
It says it's excellent. All right. Name's not Hank. That's why I didn't listen. There we go. Now, what may surprise y'all is I'm not going to do anything with the center texture. That's staying. Yeah, I'm not changing this. It's just going to stay. And these aren't going to have a texture. They're just going to be purple. Yeah, I'm sorry to break the news like that, but it had to be done. Okay. Now for the animated volume lights. Yeah. I need to put some knobs, at least 2. I need to put the Sono logo in there. A lot to do.
Got shit to do.
Put this on the opposite side. Let's actually put this right in the middle. So this canvas size, if this was 48 with 64, we're at least going to be square. Let's do 72. That's going to be more than that. 78. Look at the ratio there. I think 84 will actually be about perfect. This one is definitely going to require. Oh, wait. Oh, you have to do that to just move the guides. Oh, okay. I can see why I left it that way. Keep switching it back. I mean, I can do that, but that's the one thing that would be cool if we had, like brain interfaces and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, mouse click. No mouse click. Just click. Normal. 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 No, no, no.
I don't know. I think if I had a brain interface, the mouse still wouldn't go where I wanted it to.
It just keeps navigating to the black market. Keeps going on the Tor browser. Dark.
Maybe there's something subconscious going on.
Hello, I'd like to buy one of your weeds, please. Those who watched Johnny Bravo called his neighbor a weed. Now, to the
He did?
younger, he did. He said, "You weed." He did do that. That was real. He called him a weed. I remember that.
What even was his name? I don't think you're talking about Carl.
Carl. His neighbor. One of his neighbors, Carl from Johnny Bravo. He called him a weed.
Yeah.
He said, "You weed." I guess because he was like very tall and skinny. Who'd
Like on a regular occurrence?
If he was trying to like make fun of him or belittle him for like annoying him. He didn't refer to him as
so
a weed
almost
as, like,
always.
well, yeah. It was never. He only ever did it in that sense. But yeah, I for a second you were making me feel like I made up my own memory of this show. Yeah, he was voiced by Tom Kenny.
I only watched like a few episodes recently, even though it's been a few years. I think it was the Doommates one I watched, where they had to share the RV.
I know one of the episodes I rewatched this because it kind of like left my brain and then came back. Actually, the two most recent episodes I ever watched was the one that was on the GBA player, which was the one with the Girl Scout cookies. Where wasn't Susie? Was that her name? The little girl, Susie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. She was trying to sell him the cookies, and for some reason he kept literally trying to run away from her and avoid her at all costs. And it makes it out as if Johnny Bravo's the bad one, even though he literally just goes, "No, I don't want the cookies." Like he even says it nicely at first. He's like, "No, I don't want your cookies. I need to keep in shape." And she just keeps pestering him. Anyways, that was one episode. The other one, because I totally forgot about, is when he goes on a date with the deer. Like, it's like, "Oh, this lady actually likes me. I'm gonna go to," or whatever it was. Like, "Oh, I have like a blind date or something like that." And when she shows up, it's a deer. That's also cheating on a crab. And the crab fights Johnny when he finds out and like snips his nose. It sounds totally unbelievable when you hear it. It doesn't sound like a real thing. Went silent. Die.
Still hear you.
Okay, you just had no response to that, and I couldn't tell.
Couldn't.
Like, were you just like not?
I mean, I couldn't think of one.
Oh. I know there's also the other episode that's become infamous in recent years, which is the one where I haven't even seen the full episode, but I just know the scene involves him going on the tour, like that women's tour, and it explains like the document and the pen that basically signed their for women to have the civil rights movement and women having rights as well, and he just goes, "Why'd they do that?"
I thought chicks didn't like the vote.
Thought they just didn't like the vote. Why'd they go and do that? Oh, what a brilliant thing to say! Just straight up, just to it's like Johnny Bro is one of those shows that when you rewatch it as an adult, I do need to rewatch more of it. There are definitely episodes that totally go over your head as a kid, and then as an adult, you just go, "Holy shit!"
I wanted to go back and watch the first season.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it at some point. I need to rewatch that in Dexter's Lab because there's a lot of like the first season, the first 2 seasons at least of Dexter's Lab because there's so many episodes that like will just or like the episode will just randomly pop up in my feed like a clip of it, and it's like unlocking like a deep locked memory that I remembered what it looked like and everything, but I just don't bring it up normally, so like it just kind of stayed there in my subconscious. The one with the light bulb.
I think they put it on Tubi.
Oh yeah, it is. The one with like the light bulb going out on like one of his signs or something like that. And there's almost no dialogue in the whole episode. It's just him silently trying to go around and get a new light bulb and like no one has one or something. I can't remember.
Well, I think that was also because it's going to have like a light bulb. I thought you were talking about like the.
I think the light bulb burnt out on like a sign or a light or something that he was working on, and he just goes around shaking it to his mom, and they like go to the store, and he just shakes it to the cashier, and then he goes down the aisle and he gets basically like he almost goes crazy because like everything down the aisles is like overwhelming, and then he sees one last box with the light, and then it all ends with Dee Dee like breaking it. I think. I don't know. Like, that's why I said I need to rewatch it.
I watched Ego Trip recently.
I need to rewatch that too. I need to rewatch that. Ego Trip seems really cool, and I just haven't relived it.
Found the Earth broken and stupid.
And you are stupid. You are stupid.
That was always one of my favorites.
You are stupid. It's so great knowing that was written by an actual kid that they just let it. Because I saw that episode as a kid and I always thought it was really weird. Like even as a kid, it's like is this narrated like you don't think it, but you're just like why has it got like Mandark's head exploding and stuff? Like it was just so bizarre. See.
Well, I mean, they had an episode where like Mandark and Dexter had to like team up to save the planet, and then they just failed to do that.
Of course they would. You are stupid. Do not forget, you are stupid.
And then Dexter said,
"You are stupid." That's all he said. He just really loved the sort of German American accent of Dexter just saying "you are stupid." And that was what the joke always accumulated to, or came to.
Didn't the voice actor for Dexter say, like, I have no clue what his accent is supposed to be?
Yeah, it's just... It's hard to say. Like, there's an accent there. It's just not a distinct one, I guess. That's why I said I think it's like a German-American thing. Or something. I don't know.
It's supposed to be like Einstein since he's German.
I guess it's a combination of things and just what he did. I know there was speaking of another show that like unlocked a primal memory of just seeing it, was the Rugrats, where what was the name of their dog? Spike. Yeah, it ran away. And then they get like a tarantula and a bunch of other stuff to try to make up for the dog being gone. And then eventually Spike comes back, but like that, I saw that episode one day, like when they had the splat. I saw that episode air, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like I just like went. You know that GIF of from Ratatouille where the guy testing the food like suddenly goes back to being a kid. Ratatouille.
No, actually.
Hang on. Gotta figure out how to this right here. Let me put it in the Telegraph. That's what that did to me.
I was never able to fully get through Ratatouille because we'd watch it in school and it would like
This is what I was talking about, by the way.
It would get to the part where the head chef would find out that about like Remy. Is that the rat's name? Remy.
The rat.
Yeah, the chef finds where the two get into like an argument and the head chef overhear it. I never got past that part because like class would end at that point. We would have to go to the next class.
I have not been looking at the chat that much. I just realized. Wow, I didn't know many Americans watched that. What are you talking about? Was that Dexter's Lab or Johnny Bravo or Red Green Show? No one watched that. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to Google it. I have to Google it to see what it is. Red Green Show. I hate to say I'm not familiar with this. I may have seen it, but I never sat down and watched it, I put it that way. Oh, maybe that's why. I guess. Well, there's a lot of Canadian things that obviously make the way to America. I guess it just. Well, what you said, CBS? Was that what it was mainly on? PBS. I never actually watched a lot of PBS as a kid, since I had the fortune of cable. I usually watched PBS if I was actually out in the country because we only had antenna TV, which obviously would have that.
I had quite a bit of PBS.
So I mostly know of PBS from that. I mean, there were some other kids that I would go to their house, like, hang out at, and they didn't have cable and only had like, whatever they could get, antenna or whatnot. So they did have like PBS and stuff. So yeah, I never really sat down and watched it personally. I mainly just knew of it and watched shows from that.
I remember PBS was on the TV sometimes when I was little, and I don't really remember much of anything from it.
I just
remember reading Rainbow.
I remember Clifford, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Big red dog running around. Okay, that's cool. I guess maybe some of the reason why I didn't end up liking it is because when you have shows like Dexter, Ed and Eddie, and all that, like the show's plots were just so guaranteed to understand. Like, oh, so don't be a bully or don't do that. I guess with like a show where Ed picks up the fucking grass and crawls under it, like I don't want a show to teach me anything. I kind of want it to make me go, wow, I wish I could do that. Maybe that's what I had. I think my brain was ruined by cartoons. Like literally.
Yeah, growing up on Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I want to. I will say Ren and Stimpy didn't air a whole lot by the time I was really watching cartoons. They were already starting to make that go to the wayside, I think.
We had
I know for what was it? Nicktoons. It was like one of the alternate Nickelodeon channels. Sometimes between shows they would play shorts from various things, but I remember that they would play the Happy Joy scene from the show a lot.
We when we had cable, we actually never got the alternates to Nickelodeon. We just had the regular ones. It was actually my grandparents that when I realized, because they had the earliest version of like AT&T Uverse that came with like Nicktoons and like the East and West Coast Nickelodeon and all that. So that's when I realized, oh, there's actually like other Nickelodeon channels or something like that. But yeah, no, they actually kind of pushed Ren and Stimpy to the wayside for like Rocko's Modern Life. That aired way more often than Ren and Stimpy on like my cable channels.
I usually ended up on Adult Swim when I was like 10, so
my dad didn't like me watching. My dad didn't like us watching Adult Swim. He saw Family Guy a couple times. He was like, this is absolutely stupid.
I thought Robot Chicken and Family Guy were pretty awesome, so he was chill with it.
By the time I was allowed to watch Adult Swim, Robot Chicken was like, I think pretty much in its heyday, like its first couple of seasons. So I did catch that. It was just I was just watching it like Family Guy and stuff when I was in like elementary school, and that was probably not a good thing to be doing.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, Family Guy's not that bad. I think it was mainly probably like moral oral and shit like that. Or fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You really shouldn't be watching that as like a little kid. That's not very good.
And I did.
Especially when Carl's getting fucking killed by something, and he's like, even though it's really crude and badly done now, and you're like, okay, whatever. As a kid, that is a little like horrifying to see. Carl getting his head ripped off, his body sucked into a toilet, like.
Well, when I was watching it, I was like, that was the like earlier seasons. They weren't really doing that until like, I don't know, season 3, 4. Earlier on, it was actually more tame.
What happened? What did they do to you?
A lot
What
of
did they
things.
do? We need to get viewers. I don't know, rip his head off. I did watch the Brack show a lot. That was kind of cool. Also, C-Lab 2021.
Squidbillies. I remember catching that like really late at night when I would just stay up sometimes, and holy crap.
I watched
That was
Squidbillies.
kind of
I
awful.
didn't have a high enough IQ for Squidbillies.
I
Every
watched
time it
it.
came on, I was like, "What is this?
I
What does this
watched
mean?"
the Squidbillies a couple times, and I couldn't get. I didn't like it very much.
Felt it was slow
Same with
too.
Same with Super Jail. I just could not. I loved the theme song. I liked how it looked. I just did not. I just couldn't watch it. I just thought it was.
Yeah, both Squidbillies and Super Jail were something that kind of took a while for me to kind of get into, I guess, but it definitely grew on me. And
Super Jail is like one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's one of the more like physical comedy related things.
I'll have to rewatch it because I just genuinely just don't. Maybe I just didn't get it as a kid. That's probably what it was. It just completely went over my brain. Maybe I just didn't want to get it. Maybe it was late enough at night and I just fell asleep.
I very vividly remember this one specific episode from Super Jail where like this one girl from like a children's hospital wound up in that prison, and she had like a wristband that said cancer, and all the prisoners there thought that was her name. And it was just like just a really sad episode, it felt like.
Yeah, that was the one sad episode of that series.
Yeah.
I mean, not gonna lie, it's kind of, I don't know, something about that's kind of fucking funny that they just all got it wrong. I don't know why that sums up some Adult Swim shows where all the characters are fucking idiots.
Her name is Sanser.
Like that's just such a trope of Adult Swim shows. The adults are retards. Adults are fucking idiots and retards.
Oh, and I remember one of my favorites was Metalocalypse.
Metalocalypse. Now that was like right when I was also getting into a lot more rock and metal and shit. So that was just fantastic. That was a fantastic.
Never watched that one.
I liked it. I think it was a bit like stupid humor for the most part, but I liked it because it was just like a metal show, which you just would never think would ever exist, even though the band's fake.
Yeah.
I really wanted them to be real. I mean, there's people that play their music and they look like the band members, but they're not the band. They're not a real band. But it wasn't a cool show. I liked it. Dead guy down here in your basement. Is that metal? Yeah, that's pretty metal. Got a lot of rusted pipes and like algae and probably really contaminated. That's considered metal to y'all? Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking metal.
Yeah, I really like the metal texture set. I use these a lot.
I love the metal texture. I use it a lot.
Yeah.
That's pretty metal. Yeah, I like the metal texture.
Could never expect like a musician to take that sentence in that way.
Yeah. Well, but here we are. It happened.
He loves the metal, the walls.
All the walls will ooze green.
Like they always do that.
For those who don't know what we're talking about Brett Johnson on one of his TikTok streams where our friend Brody said that's metal in the chat when he was talking about mapping related stuff and he was showing off uh industrial
door.
industrial farts or whatever, and he went,
Yeah.
yeah, I like using the metal texture, and we just went, okay. I mean, we laughed, but it was
Yes,
still
Brett,
like,
this is what we mean.
that's
Yeah,
what
the
we
brain's
meant.
completely went over his head.
He's so jaded by stuff sometimes. It's really good. It, there's a charm to someone getting older and just being completely just out of touch with everything. Overlay. Oh no, this ain't gonna work with the drop shadow. Fuck. Okay. Oh no, we can't do it that way. Edge guides 5%. Nope, we need more. 20%. Too much. 15. There we go. So that'll be 95, 90, 85%.
What is bro making?
Making a boombox.
Oh. Okay.
The moment of truth when I export this. Is this okay? Cool.
Yeah.
DFD 510. Well, we can put that in the corner too. Could have a font that looks like that. There. I don't know what the font would be called. No, not Sony logo. For the model. They don't have to be an exact match. It's not that crazy. It's gonna be shrunk down to like 4 pixels tall. Oh, we can use the ROG font. Who the fuck cares? That's like a gold color, so CFD 510. What is it? Actually, I think it's called DS Digital. Nope, it's not that one. Uh, I can't. Where the fuck it went? That one is. Oh, duplicate that. 4. Here we go. I was got to do the tape mechanism and all the rest of it. Clock, how long was streaming? 3 hours.
Yeah.
Get to the 3 hour mark. Aren't you
I didn't realize you were
glad?
going that long.
Yeah, I started at 7. I forget how long I'd go for time.
Well, I think it's usually up to 3.
It's usually about 3. Put up in a little bit. Try to get a little bit more done. Oh, what the hell? Correct this. I might have to make that own bit. Do that as keys. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By linear. Ugh. Jules noise. There we go. Looking great. Awesome. Really hoping it wouldn't look horrible.
It's a jukebox. There it is.
Getting there. I just gotta do the rest of it. It's getting close. I'll have one prop made in. There's 5 people left. That we are dwindling. Dwindling. Going to sleep. That is fine because it is nearing sleep time.
Everyone is so sleeping right now.
I certainly am.
See?
There you go.
Sleeping. White.
Will it play Doug Laurent?
Maybe.
You could add his little orange CD. He's probably dead now.
Maybe.
Poor Andreas.
Yeah.
As
Andreas.
cooler name goes by Doug Laurent.
He also had like alternate names on there, like DJ Doug.
Doug the Dougster. Everything is painful. Yeah, I wasn't reading the comments, man. I just make the textures. I didn't even read what you said.
Fucking magic nipples.
More tracks in the menu, more tapes you find. I mean, yeah, it all depends on how the soundtrack is.
I will be composing it.
I've had a lot of people reach out. The guy that made the soundtrack for Abiotic Factor reached out. There was another fairly poppin' indie game that a dev reached out and asked if they would like me to have them do the
You
soundtrack.
sound so thrilled about it too.
I'm very tired. One of the guys was fairly like, well, I mean, with all of them, again, with like what I want it to sound like versus what they might come up with is always going to be I don't know, we'll have to see. What I want to hear versus what they might compose will always be a potential for me ending up liking it.
But you're gonna have to compose.
Yep. Having to make the soundtrack. Okay. Howdy.
Producer tag. Roderick Nipples. Just think.
Just think of what you think of the potential.
Think of the possibilities. Roderick Nipples.
Yeah. Woo!
The
Yeah.
cheering.
Woo!
Yeah, get
Yeah,
that in there.
Yeah. What?
Call yourself Doug.
I am Doug Laurent. The Dougster.
I could decompose. You wouldn't really hear
Yeah.
much from me, though.
A death rattle.
Carbonara 64. Joined like towards the end too. But hey, he made it.
Why do Quake 2 textures gotta look so good?
Because
Gray.
Quake 2.
Mm-hmm.
$10.15. All right. Like a robot face. Yeah, it does at the moment. Need to find. I might have to modify one of these to do the hate mechanism. Be an easy thing to replicate at this scale. But try this. Here, let's try this.
Whoa.
Huh. That speed works pretty good. If that's the case, then we can edit, paste as new image, and then that was 48. Made it 26. Let's make this. It actually shrinks it down pretty good. All right. Good. Oh man.
Zip.
No. The whole yellowing thing is them not understanding about plastic uh degradation. They must be destroyed for that. So, and I'm not joking. I mean, you literally you're gonna have to destroy them. That's on you.
Yep.
Did you get
Get
your
to it.
$5? By the way, did you get your $5? It doesn't seem like Muddy ever sent that $5 to you.
Who's getting $5?
Bonds. He suggested something and it worked.
Huh?
I said he was getting $5 from another person in the chat. What happens when you join
Wow,
these
we're so
streams?
bad.
When you join these
Everybody
streams,
gets money. Gold bricks fall from the sky.
yeah. When you join these streams, you're guaranteed something to make like a VU meter like that if they want something. Gliders and I'll have to worry about tomorrow though. I'll save it so I have something in mind. Well, at least for now, we got to hear. All right, well, I think for now I will call it because it is getting late.
Yeah.
At least for streaming. And that way I can focus on it without a stream. All right. Yeah, for now. There will obviously be posts about it once it's working or once I have the boombox done. And you know, once I get the barrel and the table done as well. I didn't even get started on them. That's what happens when you're on stream. Everything takes way longer.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. I should have said that we got the barrel and the table done, so everyone in the chat's like, "Wait, what?"
Don't
We
you
got those
remember?
done. Yeah, we got the barrel and the table done, and I didn't get the boombox done, sadly. But we can get that next time. Everyone's like, "Whoa, hold up, back it up." Who? Anyways, yeah. I thank y'all for coming to the stream and being here. Those who are left. To everyone who left, I expect the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. don't know if I have any images to show.
You could show a sneak preview of Booty Shaft.
I don't think they're ready for that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Don't work on beta mods, remember?
World premiere. Matt Booty.
They're left with. Hate collectible. That'd be cool. I don't know if it would affect the menu, but it'd be cool. Anyways. Alright, well. Thank everybody for coming. I'm going to sign off now.
Me too.
Okay.
That's what I'm leaving y'all with. Hit the wrong one. All right.